All of us reach a point in time where we are depleted and need to somehow find a way to reignite the fire within. But how do we spark that flame? Welcome to Reignite Resilience, where we will venture into the heart of the human spirit. We'll discuss the art of reigniting our passion and strategies to stoke our enthusiasm. And now, here are your hosts, Natalie Davis and Pamela Cass.
Welcome back to another episode of Reignite Resilience. I am your co-host, Natalie Davis, and I am so excited to be back with all of you today. And joining us is the co-host, Pam Cass. Hello, Pam. How are you?
I am giggly, and it's Friday, and it's just been a week. And this is the second guest we've had need to cancel unexpectedly,
Yes.
not because of they didn't want to be on the show.
Yes. A lot of life has been happening for people over the last couple of weeks. And we understand, right? So just so our listeners understand, when those moments happen, it gives us an opportunity to just chat. So y'all get to hear us chitty chat. And freeball it and go from there.
And completely freeball. And what's funny is this is not like performance for us. This is how we are when we hang out together.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And my dog's in here today. So
I love it. Well, I mean, as we were prepping for today's show, if the camera was rolling, you all would have just seen like my mouth was on the floor. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And so, so much so that I suggested that we probably send an entire package of sage to just people in our world that maybe they would benefit from it. Use it.
I don't know if there's enough sage in the world to take on some of these things.
Some of the things that are happening. I know. Well, I mean, let's just say for starters, we'll talk about what is close to home, our very own Pam.
Yes.
Your this past week has literally been a country song for you.
If
you guys did not know about the country song, go back to
because
we had about it.
Because I had a country song maybe a couple years ago on the podcast. My dog, I found out my dog had cancer. Like it was just like a week. My refrigerator died, I think.
Yep.
There was like 3 or 4 things that happened that week. Yep. And I feel like this is one of those weeks where it's almost to the point where it's so ridiculous. You're like, really?
Yeah.
Like all in 1 week. We just got to do it this week. And I guess I would rather get it all done in a week and be done and move on with life and check. Yes. So something happened obviously over the weekend, and I'm not ready to share that because that was a very traumatic experience. That's probably a whole podcast episode. And then last night, lost my ex-sister-in-law to her battle with cancer, which, it just got me thinking about people that have these impacts on our lives over the years, friends that come into our lives, family members that come into our lives, and then they leave our lives for one reason or another. Divorce, which is obviously, she was part of my life for 23 years when I was married. She was very much, I considered her a sister. My ex-husband has 6 sisters, and she was one that I was probably closest to because she had a daughter that was the same age as my oldest daughter. And so we did a lot of stuff together. And I'm doing a text stream with my 3 kids right now to try to keep this memory alive. And I said, how about we all share fun stories about Aunt Irene over the years that we remember? And I'll start. And my first memory was before, we were married. My husband and I were married at the time. And it was the first week of kindergarten for my oldest daughter, and she got chickenpox. And so I called her and she goes, oh, well, just bring her up here. And I think her daughter hadn't had chickenpox, and she goes, well, then my daughter can get it and then we'll be good. And so I went to Steamboat for the week, and it was like a little mini vacation. And that was like my very first memory of spending significant time with her. And so then the kids started to slowly start to do memories, and then I would do more memories. And it's just a way to kind of honor somebody's life. But she was such a significant part, and then we divorced, and of course I wasn't considered family anymore, so very much lost touch.
Mm.
I found out about her cancer diagnosis a few years ago. I did reach out to my ex-husband to see if it would be okay if I reached out to her. I was able to talk to her. I was able to see her a couple of years ago at a baby shower for my daughter, and I got to reconnect. And even though she's not been fully in my life, it's still somebody that played a significant role
Yeah.
in my world for a period of time that's now no longer there. So there's
Right.
this void. And it's just got me thinking about, friends that I had when I was married, because we were married, and then they kind of fell off, and then friends at old jobs that I worked at that I served, volunteered with. Over the years, you have people that ebb and flow into your life.
Yeah.
And it's not that you stop caring about those people. It's just we change. They
Yes.
change. We grow.
Life changes,
Life
right? Your situation
changes.
changes or what
Yeah.
have you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just like in this, this point of just like honoring the people that have come and gone in my life, that have
Mm.
had those spaces, but then allowing myself permission to not feel guilty about the ones that have kind of fallen off of my life, that I don't
Yeah.
feel that connection with anymore. And it's
Right.
okay.
And it is okay.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah, and new people come into my world that
Exactly.
fill me with joy. So,
Exactly. And I mean, sometimes it's like friendships, other times it's family as well, right?
yeah,
Like as you talk about your ex-in-laws
yeah,
and I mean, they're still like aunts to your children and you
yep,
have that connection. And I think that's a piece is like you don't really have a choice in who is going to come in and who's going to exit. It just kind of naturally and organically happens over time.
yeah,
And then I think what you're talking about, like being able to like just honor that and have appreciation and gratitude for the season that they were here and how you grew and connected and the experiences and memories that you had together. And that's it, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's wild. That's
yeah.
wild. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
How are the kids taking it? Are they okay? Are the kids?
It's interesting because this really is the first person they've lost that
Mm,
they were close with.
yeah.
Because my ex's husband or mother passed away. Oh my gosh, it's been years. I want to say 2015 she passed
Mhm,
away. So the
mhm.
kids were young, and they really
Yeah.
didn't have much of a relationship with her because she really didn't live here. She was living in Havasu.
Yeah.
Um, but this Aunt Irene lived in Steamboat. And so my
Yeah.
kids, when she came down, she always made an effort to see them. When they
Yep.
went up there, she made an effort to see them. And so this was somebody that had a significant role in their life. And it's
Mhm,
interesting watching the girls, my daughters, how they're kind of processing through it. Um,
mhm,
Dylan's having a harder time, and I think it's just him. He's
mm,
more worried about his dad, losing
mm.
his sister, which I completely get. But I don't know that Dylan really understands how to process
Yeah.
losing somebody. Because when you're
Yeah.
young, it's like they're there and then they're not there, and
Right.
yeah. So it's going to be really, it's probably going to be really tough when they go to a funeral and get to see everybody and then go through that process, because I've been to a lot of funerals and they don't get easier the older you
Exactly. I don't think it gets any easier with time. And it's
get.
interesting that you say that he's trying to process and then he's also thinking about his dad because
Yeah.
I started to think about the first close family member that passed away for me was my grandmother, which was
Yeah.
biologically my great grandmother, but still my
Yeah.
grandmother that I knew. And no, that's not correct. It would have been my grandfather. And I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And I just, so, and that's young, right? For
Yeah.
grandpa to pass away. So
Yeah.
9 or 10 years old. At 9 or 10, you're not in a frame of mind that you're thinking about anybody else. It's just like this overwhelming sense of sadness that comes over, right? And then like,
Yeah.
but everyone around you is doing stuff, right? Like it's
Mhm.
now we've got to call everyone and then we've got to make the funeral arrangements and now we've got to go to the funeral and now
Yeah.
you go back to business as usual, like go back to your life right now, like go figure it out. And no one really talks about like how do you process that? Whatever age you are for the first time you experience it,
Yeah.
um, it's tough.
It's
It's
very
tough.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody, and if you think about it, you lost a grandparent,
Yeah.
parents lost a parent. I mean,
Yes.
everybody's trying to process the grief and the loss
Mhm.
themselves. And
Mhm.
then to think about, well, how do I help my kids process through
Yeah.
this grief? It's hard because everybody's grieving in their own way, and
Right.
it makes it such an interesting, challenging thing. And I mean, death is inevitable. We are all going
Exactly.
to have people around us that we care about that are going to pass away. And
Yeah.
yeah, how we all handle it, that's a whole different.
I think that's kind of the magical piece of the puzzle, is because well, we don't know. Um
Mm-mm.
and you're so right. Like everyone in, well, at least my experience has been like everyone older than me that experienced death the same times that I experienced death, or and throughout my life. It's more of how can we just keep things the same, right? Like this is a
Yeah.
huge disruptor. How can we make sure that the rest of life just stays pretty similar to what it was, and let's not let it ruffle our feathers too much. But it's huge depending on the person that has passed away, right? And
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of death as well, both
Yeah.
grandparents, both parents, like I've aunts
Yeah.
and uncles and everything in between that I've watched pass away over the years. And it's
Yeah.
it's not easy.
No.
It's not
Well,
easy.
you and I just lost a mutual friend that we served together in our industry, and very unexpected.
Right.
I had, I mean, I didn't know that she was sick again. I knew she had battled cancer. I didn't realize it was back.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of a shock. And here's what they don't tell you about getting older is not only getting older, but the more you're visible, depending on
Hmm.
your industry, your
Hmm.
circle expands. And so
Right.
so many more people than you did when you were a 9-year-old child.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like it's every other day. It's like, oh, this happened. And you're just like, what the
Yes.
heck? And it's just
Yes.
because you know so many people.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to stop people and like friends, not other people, not strangers. I wouldn't stop strangers from talking about it. But when like friends get together and it turns into this conversation of, oh, well, I've got this ailment and this sickness and I've got this and so passed away. I'm like, we've got to stop. This is
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
this is not everything that we're all about. Like we've got to reel it in. Like
Yeah.
reel it
Well,
in.
I was
It's
joking.
happening,
Oh, yeah.
but
I was joking with somebody because it used to be that, we'd make a meal because somebody, tore their ACL playing, tennis or something, or whatever, had a baby or
yeah,
whatever. Now it's
yeah,
like hip replacements and shoulder reconstruct. And I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
we're in that space now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get a casserole for that.
And here's your a casserole for you, a casserole for you, and a casserole for you.
Yeah, I mean it is absolutely in cycles.
Yeah.
But there are those little sporadic pieces, right?
Yeah.
Because like for your kids, they're probably still in the season of life where, their peers are getting married and having kids and
Yeah.
starting like adult jobs and
Yeah.
like doing all of those like the Q first quarter type
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
activities in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so to have like such a tragic event like happen, it definitely is a disruptor. And
Yeah.
it's hard for people to process.
Yeah.
And it could be hard for people to process. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone processes it on their own. Yeah.
Everybody processes different. And
Yeah.
when you have such a big family, you know that it's inevitable that you're going to go through the
Yeah.
loss of,
Someone.
and this is the
Yes.
youngest sister. And so, yeah, so it's hard. And
It's
so,
hard.
be present. The people that you love and want to keep in your life, make sure that you're doing everything in your ability to reach out so you don't have any regrets about the time that you didn't get to spend with them.
Exactly.
And yeah, and those friends that no longer feel, like they are your people because you've
Hmm.
changed, give yourself grace and be okay letting them go. It doesn't mean you don't care about them anymore. It just means that you're in a different season of your life, and
Right.
there are different people that you want to surround yourself with because of the person you've become,
Yeah.
and be okay letting go of the people that just aren't your people anymore.
Exactly. I think it's like you look at death from the literal sense and then figuratively speaking, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the relationships that were born and grew, and then those they fade away and they pass. And then the actual, literal passing of individuals that are in your life. I think either way, though, it's really important to make sure that you give yourself time to process it, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
way that you all are doing in your group chat, it's like, let's take this time to remember all of the great memories.
Yeah.
Which usually the good memories are around something wild or crazy that has happened that has made it memorable.
Yep.
No one remembers just the average dinner where everybody sat down and set the table and nothing eventful happened. It's it's when the dog eats the turkey off the table. Those are the things that you
that's
remember.
a good memory. Yeah. Well, I want to say that my second memory was of us being up at her house, and we were making grinders, which are, you take a French bread and you hollow it out and you put meatballs and cheese and sauce in it, and then you wrap it in foil and you bake it, and the electricity
I've
went
never
out.
made that.
Oh, they're
Don't
so
know what
good.
you're
It's like a meatball sub, but
Okay.
it's all in one. It's like all
Yeah.
inside the bread. So it's awesome. And so we made them, and the power went out. We're like, well, how are we going to cook these? And well, we were in Steamboat, and they had a, wood burning fireplace. And so all of our grinders were sitting up on the wood burning fireplace as we sat around with candles, and we talked and laughed and had fun. And so that was my second memory that I share with the kids, because Dylan and Gwen weren't born at that point. It was just Noelle, and it was Irene's old house. And so tons of memories from years and years past, that it's fun to kind of look back. And this kind of all spurred for me when I went to Palm Springs Valentine's weekend to visit a couple of my friends, and I've known them for years, and we sat around and we started talking, and we're like, oh my gosh, whatever happened to such and such, and whatever happened to such and such, because we were such close friends. Yes. And it's like, I have no idea where they are or what happened, or they moved to a different company and lost track of them, and I have no idea where they are. And it's just like, wow, it's so interesting how many people have come in and out of our lives over the years that you just forget, but they had a reason to be there when they were there.
There was a reason in that season. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I think of the opposite side of that, like the friends that you don't really connect with maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but it's like you pick up in the exact same spot, right?
Exactly.
It's like, you pick up right where you left off. You haven't missed a beat. It's like you just saw each other yesterday, but it's actually been 3 or 4 months, or even 6 months, or in some cases a year, right? Or more. But then you just pick right back up. And so it's interesting how you have these different levels of interaction with different friendships throughout your life as well, right? And I'm talking friendships, not just family members. Yeah. Because that happens, like family members that you haven't seen in a decade.
Yeah. And that you kind of have to pick up, because they're family. You can't really get rid of them. But I love those friends that you call.
I don't know if you have to, but
I guess that's true. You don't have to if you don't want to. You do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But yeah, I love those friends that you haven't talked to in a year, and you could call them and you get back together, and it's like it was like yesterday that you were connected. And those are the fun ones.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the friendships and the seasons. And I think we talk about the importance of your tribe on the show quite a bit. And that's one of the key pieces when we talk about resiliency is, or at least having strong resiliency, is like understanding who you're surrounding yourself with, and making sure that you're surrounding yourself with the people that you want to be in your life. And so when you have like any type of disruption or fracturing of that, it's a moment for you to, again, I think it's a perfect time for you to have gratitude and appreciation for the friendship or the relationship when it was there. And then, and then moving on and acknowledging where you are, and always doing a quick, like, can you do an assessment of who is part of my life right now? And are they actually pouring into me, or are they sucking me dry? Right? Like that's.
Yes. And I think that's an important one especially with all of the negativity in the world right now that's
Yes.
coming at us from every direction.
Hmm. Hmm.
To make sure that the people that you're surrounding yourself with are those
Yeah.
people that fill your joy meter. Like,
Yeah.
I want those people that when I leave, I feel like I could run through a wall, like, oh, I feel so good. Not the people that want to gossip, talk bad about
Yeah.
other people, talk about
Yes.
negative crap that's happening out in the world. That all
I have
that
no time for
does,
that.
I have
Yeah.
I have zero time with that for that. And when I look at like the events that happened this week, I don't want to waste any moment of my
I know.
life on stupid stuff.
Exactly.
I
The
did.
things that don't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that's I feel that like when we go into a lot of the way or a big way that people are staying connected is through social media, and it's so
yes.
interesting because I don't consider myself one that sits on social media quite a bit, but I just came back from a conference and Gary Vee was there, and now I've got to be on every platform all the time, and I don't know how I'm going to manage to do that. But anyway, Gary Vee said to do it. Shout out to Gary Vee. Thank you. I'm listening.
Yeah.
But the more that I get plugged into that space, it's so interesting because for me, I look at the platform from a business standpoint, right?
Yes.
Every
Yes. Yeah.
so often,
Yeah.
I'll share personal things that are going on, but for the most part, I use it from an entrepreneurial standpoint that it's
Yes.
business, right? And so when I get on and I see like just,
Oh,
I'm just gonna say like hateful things that are said, and
yeah.
I have these moments where it like catches me off guard
Yeah.
because I've been intentional about who I surround myself with and who's a part of my life, and then
Yeah.
I kind of get slapped in the face with these things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. And it is so easy. I don't need to see that anymore. We are
No.
done.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Unfollow.
I don't, yeah, if
Unfollow.
I
Yeah.
am like getting triggered or if I can feel my blood pressure going up or if I'm questioning like how is there such a big misalignment, like all of those, if any of that comes to mind, I'm like, okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
something has gone awry.
Yeah.
And it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that I don't have respect for people's opinions, but once you cross a threshold of just like being nasty and hateful, I don't.
100%.
There's no space for that in my world.
100%.
I just don't. There's no need for it,
No,
right?
there
And
is enough hate out there
oh my gosh,
without us, what we put into the universe, we get back.
you're gonna get back, yeah.
And here's the
Exactly.
problem with social media. As soon as you watch one of those videos, you're going to get more of those videos.
You get more of
Because
it.
now
That's what
they've
the algorithm is built
algorithms
for.
like, ooh,
Yeah.
Natalie likes hate videos. Let's keep
Yes.
sending her stuff. So I'm just like, nope, delete,
Exactly.
abort.
I had
Yeah.
this conversation with my with one of the drivers that was taking me back to the airport after our trip, and
Yeah.
and she was just an amazing human, like really going in fabulous places. Like this
Yeah.
was
You can just tell.
a side hustle that was
Yes.
was
Yep.
fueling and funding
Yeah.
her main gig, and she was talking about the people that she shared her dream with, and she shared her dream with me, random gal that's sitting in the back of her car she had never met before, and she was like, I'm kind of, and I was very supportive. I'm all about it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's your vision, you felt it, you got the download, you're gonna do it, go and do it. Like I'm here, how can I support you?
Yeah.
And so she was like, it's interesting because I'm very intentional about who I share my dreams with, because I started sharing my dreams with close family members and friends, and they started questioning, well, how are you going to do that? Or so-and-so, she was moving to a different state, so-and-so moved to that state and they didn't like it, and she's like, well, I'm not so-and-so, and I'm going to figure out a way because I know this is the direction that I need to go in, right? So it's like she realized in that moment, like, I've got the wrong people in my tribe, or I'm going to keep these people in my tribe, but I'm definitely not sharing the important things that are going on in my life, which I don't think is very healthy, right? Like you've got to be able to share and celebrate the successes with someone. And so she found herself in this spot where the people in her life were not supportive of her at all.
Yeah.
And instead questioned and planted seeds of doubt. And she's like, I'm done. I don't need to have a part of that.
We know that when people plant doubt, it's because there's usually some sort of jealousy. They're just like, they're jealous that you're taking that leap to do that. And, and I think that's probably a lot of where the disconnect has been for me is I've got a lot of my old friends, not older as an age, but old friends that are starting to retire. And I feel like I'm just starting.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it's like, we got way too many lives to change, to stop
to
now.
step back and not do that right now.
No,
Yes,
and
exactly.
I will say it's because, for 23 years I was in a spot where I couldn't do anything. And so
Right.
I feel, and now my kids are older. And so I feel like I'm just now starting, like, I feel like I just graduated from college and I got the
100%.
same debt as a college student. Yay!
You're like, round 2. Let's do it again.
Do this.
No, and you know what? Kudos to the people that are retiring.
Yeah.
Like I am like, oh my gosh, no, that's not where I am in life. And it's so interesting you say that, because in my 20s and 30s, I definitely was of that mindset of, I want to retire early. Like by the time I'm 50, at least I want to retire.
Yeah.
And that way I can, spend a good segment of my life seeing the world, doing things that I want to do.
Yeah.
But that was before I realized that I could do the things that I actually wanted to do. And that becomes part of my profession or my livelihood or how I make money. And so, and now it fuels us. I kind of program myself to want to retire early. And like, as I'm knocking on 50's door, I'm like, you know what? I can't even imagine retiring right now. That would not.
Girl, I'm so far on the other side of that 50's door that I can't even see it anymore, girl. Sheesh, I'm on the tail end of the 50's.
Well, we're there. It's okay. It works.
I don't even care, because I am so excited about just the opportunities that continue to come, and the people that are continuing to come into our world, and the people that are like-minded like us. The new tribe that I see in my life are these other women that are in our age bracket that are launching and doing these incredible things. And those are the people I want to be around, because they inspire me. They get me excited. And it's nothing to do with the friends that I've had that I still love. It's just I'm just in a different space, and I need to be around other people that are going to push me and hold me accountable. And, something that you've always done for me. And it's like, we got shit to do.
Exactly. Like, just may you have great enjoyment as you transition into retirement. That's lovely. Good on you.
Yes.
Still call me for dinner. Still call me for vacation. I'll do those things. Absolutely. I'll still travel with you. Yeah,
absolutely. But we'll see. We got stuff to do. So
exactly.
I'm exciting. Yeah.
I'm not quite there yet. I only have a handful of people in my life that retired early by choice.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, I don't even know what they're doing, because we don't connect like that. So
it's hard.
I'm like, what are they doing? Where are they?
It's really hard to have a conversation with somebody when they're like, so what are you doing? I'm like, well, we just wrote a book. We're doing this. We got this retreat thing going on. We got this blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, and you can kind of see, like,
I watched the Today Show. I don't know what retired people do.
But the eyes glaze over a little bit, and they're doing wonderful, amazing things themselves. It's just, we're just,
different place.
We're just in a different space.
Different spot. Exactly.
And
I think those
fun.
Again, it's all just the seasons.
It's just the seasons.
The various seasons of friendships. And even when you're going through hardships as well, like that's probably a time that you see a shift in friendships as well, right? Like you don't realize the people that you draw in to be close to you when you're going through big life changes, and then realizing, okay, I think I'm prepared or in a space that I can actually connect with my bigger tribe again. But it's all seasonal. It
is all seasonal. So this was fun. I'm so
we didn't tell everyone what the country western song was. Okay, so the perfect formula for a country western song, if you feel that you are living in a country western song as we speak, it is basically the series of 3 major events happening at the same time, typically not uplifting events like tragedy or setback or obstacle or something. So as Pam mentioned, like you did, I think it was like,
well, and I forgot to tell you, that before last weekend, I got back from Palm Springs to find out that my dryer was dead.
Of course.
So
That should have been your
it
sign.
always starts with my stupid appliances dying. And so for the last 2 weeks, we've had clothes, underwear, everything strewn all over our house drying. And then I told the kids, I'm like, I kind of like the way my clothes smell, like
When they
air dried.
Yes.
I'm like, maybe we just don't get a dryer. And they're like, really?
Absolutely not. Definitely not.
Well, here's what I do know is you cannot air dry towels. They get crunchy. So
Oh, gross.
So,
Yeah, that would
now
work
I have
for
a
me.
dryer. So it was a 3. Again, it was 3 major things that happened, and I'm on the other side of it.
Yes.
And it
Like the
will
country
make a
song.
good couple of chapters in my
You
book.
should have started with the dryer going out. All of your country songs start with an
Always.
appliance. Yes.
Always. It was a refrigerator the last time.
Yes.
And I don't even remember. I know the dog was the other one, dog
Yep.
cancer. And I don't
Yep.
remember what the third one was. But
There
it
was a third. There was something else that was there. Anyway. Oh, I am curious. I do want to know because is it next month? What we thought was June is actually happening in March.
What is this month?
The Napa Marathon.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So, and I don't know when it's actually happening.
Let's bring
week.
everyone up to speed. What are
Yes. Okay. So we had a guest, Mary Jo Higgins.
Yes.
Okay.
Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Yes.
Okay. She was our guest. Gosh, I want to say probably the first year. She was introduced to us by one of my coaching clients, Julia. And she, on her 40th birthday, was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. So not like a joke. And she had, before she even got this diagnosis, was going to run a marathon or a half marathon in all 50 states. And so she got to this point where she gets that diagnosis. Before she started treatment, I want to say she ran 2 or 3 more states before she actually started her treatment. And we had talked to her, and she said that her 50th state, she was going to do the Napa half marathon.
Yes.
And it's next month. Now, I thought it was in July because that's when I ran the half marathon. So I wasn't training. I wasn't doing anything. And then we get this message, and I'm like, I know I can't. So I spoke to her this week. She actually she texted me, and she said she's got about 80 people that are just there to support them and cheer them on. And then she's got a group that's running. So we are so proud of her making it to this milestone. She's had setbacks. She's had more things show up. So she's been doing chemo again. So it's kind of this constant battle. I am going to be in Nashville in September. Natalie, if you want to join me, Dylan and Ashlyn, my son and his girlfriend, turned 21. And so we're doing a Nashville trip. So I would love it if you would want to go. And I told her I would reach out so that we could connect with her in Nashville. And she goes, oh my gosh, I would love that. So, and maybe we do a recording from Nashville with her.
Absolutely.
To get an
that would be possible. Absolutely.
I think that would be a
and just so we're clear on the roles, like I never signed up to
No,
run.
Natalie was going to bring the meat sticks and donuts.
That's it.
And that was all that was getting me through the race was the thought of the meat sticks and donuts, but not maybe together.
You all, it's all about staying in your lane. I know my strengths. I would be there with meat sticks, donuts, and a smile, and it would be amazing.
Perfect.
And I've got a pretty good cheering voice because I'm a sports mom, and it was a sports mom.
Oh yeah, we can scream.
I can scream with the best of them.
Yeah.
So, but yes, let's do it. I'm so excited that she has it on the books.
Yeah.
We were definitely caught off guard when that message came through
because it was like 2 weeks before the event, and I was like, no, I can't. I haven't run since I did the Napa half marathon, and that was how many years ago?
The last time. Okay,
3 years.
I feel like there's a marathon that's on the horizon for you.
You know what I want to do? I want to do a half marathon in Ireland.
Okay, good on you. Okay.
That is intriguing to me. So if there's any fellow runners that want to do that, and maybe I'll ask Mary Jo when we are there in September if she would.
Ireland must be in the summer because it would be too crisp in the winter.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be fantastic?
If I were a runner, I'd say yes.
Well, here's here's the thing. I say I'm a runner. I've done a
Yeah.
half marathon, but I'm like you. I was like a 1 and I'm like, yeah,
I've checked the box.
I
And
haven't
shouldn't
run
say that.
since
I'm
then.
not a runner. If I were one that enjoyed running for fun, I would say yes.
Yes. I enjoy the mentalness of running, like the being outside, just completely in your thoughts. What I don't love is what my body tells me as I'm running. Like, oh, this hip hurts. Why does that foot hurt? Oh my God, my
Yeah.
shins hurt.
Yeah.
And then it's everything hurts.
And you didn't need that toenail anyway.
I
That's
didn't
the
need,
joy of
I've
running.
never, I'm going to knock on some wood. I've never lost a toenail
Oh.
running.
Mm.
And that has to do with your shoes.
It does have to do with your shoes. It does.
And so I was diligent about changing shoes every 3 months.
Exactly.
And
you gotta change them out with the miles, which was something that I thought was unheard of, but it's real. That's real
it's
stuff.
totally
You
real.
can't
And it
change
was
miles
funny
around.
because my body knew as soon as my right hip started hurting, I was like, oh, time for new shoes. And
New
I get
shoes.
new shoes and then we're fine. And so yeah, so that was a thing. So yeah, so we're excited about that. And then we've got some other
I'll do some
events.
research and find out when the Ireland half is available.
You're going to do the research, or you want me to do it?
You should do the research, but just to hold you accountable, I'm going to do a quick little double check.
All right, fine, whatever. And then you and I've got some fun stuff that we've got coming up. We're both going to be on Rachel Jane Groover's YouTube show. So I'm a little excited about that. So we're going to be doing that next month. We've got some virtual events that are coming up that we will promote on here. So we've got one coming up in May. We've got one or a 2-day event virtually in August. So you were not stopping. So
no, not yet.
We may
not
be
yet.
physically running, but we are mentally running.
Stay tuned.
Stay
exactly.
tuned. Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. Yeah, that we have a fabulous, just a webinar, 90-minute webinar that we are doing in May. And then later this year, we are doing a 2-day virtual event that is going to be jam-packed with surprises. And we are bringing back our live event it's going to take place in Loveland in 2027. So yeah, we've got things around the calendar. A lot of opportunities for you all to come out and connect with us live, connect with us online, or just simply continue to listen to the podcast. So make sure you download
the podcast, but put on your calendar January 22nd of 2027. So you have no excuse.
Yes.
There's no way you got that planned already. So put that on your calendar. It's a Friday, Loveland, Colorado. Come and spend the day with Natalie and I. And we're going to keep doing this until people are like, get those girls off the air.
No, not me. I like the I see you everywhere, because I will be.
Yeah. we want to be everywhere. And if there's any people out there that would like to see Natalie and I on TV, we would love to do a talk show. So we just need an introduction or a connection. So I'm sure one of our listeners knows somebody.
I feel like we're doing it. So my partner brought that to my attention. He was like, no offense to television, but television's out and streaming is in. And so it's more the video setup, which we're already doing. So I feel like we're already there. Do we need to do it in a studio? Like, what do y'all want to see?
Yeah, what do you want from us?
Exactly. What do you want?
What do you want from us? Because we're here to do what you want us to do for you.
Yes.
Because we're all about giving.
Exactly. That's it. And there you have it.
We're just givers. And that's how we're ending our country music song today.
Thank you for listening in on it. Yes. And we'll hear the rest of Pam's song in the future. But here you are, you guys. This is us free balling and raw dogging all through this episode.
Free balling and raw dogging. Okay. I've not heard the raw dogging, and I kind of like that. So I think we might need t-shirts. Free ball and raw dog.
It's definitely going to change the tone, but if you are not doing that, I mean, do you have resiliency? Come on. That's the real question.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what? We do. Because we always have shit flying at us. And I've gotten really good at like bobbing and weaving. Bobbing and weaving. It's not mine. Not mine.
That's not mine. That's not mine.
Not mine. Push it out of the way.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, make sure that you check out, if you want to see the video version of this episode, you can always check it out on YouTube at the Reignite Resilience podcast on YouTube, or connect with us on Instagram and Facebook at the Reignite Resilience page. A lot of amazing things. Our marketing team has been hilarious here recently, because I feel like they're intentionally grabbing clips where we have the most ridiculous faces, and it's just become comical. Check out what we look like.
Not cool, Rebecca.
Animated. So you capture us in that animated moment. Here you have it.
Yeah. I always love those when you got that video and where it's paused and you're starting. You've got this like tongue sticking out and your face is all crinkled up, and you're like, "That's where it froze me." Nice.
That's what I look like.
Nice.
Yeah. And here's the hard part, is that someone actually saw me looking like that, and that's okay.
That's fine. You know what? At this age, I don't really care.
I don't care. And it was, just for the record, it's out of context. You had to watch the whole episode to understand why we make those faces.
Absolutely. Because stuff happens.
Oh my gosh. Until next time, we will see you all soon. Enjoy and have an amazing week. Talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.
Everybody.
Thank you for joining us today on the Reignite Resilience podcast. We hope you had some aha moments and learned a few new real-life ideas to fuel the flames of passion. Please subscribe on your favorite streaming platform, like or download your favorite episodes, and of course, share with your friends and family. We look forward to seeing you again next time on Reignite Resilience.